Facebook for career success. What a bizarre concept. I don't think I imagined I would ever say that sentence. And in fact, having agreed to do this talk when I was kindly invited by Economia and the ICAW, and I said, yes, of course I'll talk about Facebook as well. I went, oh my God, what am I going to say? I don't use Facebook for career. I don't use Facebook for business. I know you can. Does anybody in the room use Facebook for business with success? You're not sure now, are you? I asked my kids, they're in their 20s, I'm on Facebook, and Tax Advice Network has a page on Facebook, but I'm not active there. From a career perspective, I don't want to sidetrack, from a career perspective, the most important thing with Facebook is to avoid messing things up. So make sure, from a positive perspective, make sure your work and education bit works for you. Now, you have to play around with it a bit. If you've only got 1 or 2 jobs on there, and you want to develop your career and move on, you might want to ensure you've got 3 or 4 on there. Again, it's not a CV. LinkedIn is an online CV. Facebook is for fun and friends and the like. But there may be some opportunities because some of the people who know you, or some of your friends' friends, may see you there, may go, oh, an accountant, and may want to have a look and see what you've done. So you want to make sure this bit works for you. The struggle is if you've only got 1 job on there and you try to put the other ones on, unless they've changed the algorithms recently, they put the most recent thing you post at the top. And now I struggle because it doesn't work if you're self-employed with a portfolio career and you have 3 or 4 things you want to say you currently do. It was a real struggle, but I did it. I had to work out which order to post them in and keep cutting and pasting and saving, and then I put maintaining my portfolio career at the top, because that was the main one. Because that's the one that comes up when it says, what do you do? It only has the capacity to put 1 thing. Now you might put accountant between roles. You might put accounts assistant in Bolton looking for a new role. You might. I don't know if that would work or not. But do think about what is there and make sure you've identified key projects that you've worked on and achievements. What have you done to the people you work for currently that would make you attractive to somebody else? Does that make sense? My son and daughter are very good at customizing their updates. My son is 25, my daughter is 23. Until recently, my daughter would not allow me to be her friend on Facebook. My son explained to her how to customize her updates, and she said, okay, you can be my friend. I'm now connected to my daughter on Facebook, can't see a thing that she's doing, but I'm connected with her. Whenever you post an update, you have a choice. There's a little button, and it's there on your phone, and it's on your computer as well. You can tailor it. Can everybody see it? Just your friends? Only you? That would be for notes, I suppose. Or you can customize it and choose a specific group of people, but also to hide it from specific people or specific lists. So if you really feel the need to go out on the lash tonight after Accountex and then post pictures to all of your friends, you can do that, but then hide that picture from everybody else and from everybody you work with. And that's a really useful facility to avoid really messing things up on Facebook. Does that make sense? You can also check to see that the business people who you are friends with on Facebook, and they may be people who could help find you another role, they may be people who could recommend you into a role, they may be people who your friends' bosses may be on there. You may friend them, they may friend you or whatever. You can use Facebook, you can have a look and see what can this person see, or what can this group of people see about my profile, and then you can go in and edit it. And you can check the settings you have for every app that you're involved with on Facebook, to make sure that you're not allowing apps to post updates for you, and most importantly, as my kids said, for goodness sake, Dad, exhaust the settings on all of your apps. The only game I play on Facebook is Words with Friends. Anybody here do Words with Friends? Yeah, a number of people. I only do it with 3 people, and as my son said, it wouldn't look very good if everybody could see that I was on Words with Friends throughout the day. So, as it happens, Words with Friends is not one of those apps that posts your Facebook line saying you've done that. But many of the games and activities that some people are involved with on Facebook do post automatically, unless you go in and change the settings. So, exhaust the settings for everything you're involved with on Facebook. You only have to do it once, and then you're sorted. You don't have to